mix up things.
Hey, you got the talent. That's a given. That's a
thanks,
given.
Man. Appreciate.
How has it been going?
It's been going good, man. I've been getting a lot of love for the covers. Coach Pateyani is still making everyone jam out. There's that new song jamming with Cindy. Big ups to Cindy for a concert and everything. It's just been good. It's been good. Just working.
I realized in the last 4 years you've been very active musically.
Yes.
There has been some level of consistency
Yeah.
that was not there before COVID. There was a time when you covered somewhat. I don't know whether you had gotten, comfortable or you had other plans at the time.
I think I was trying to understand, things had changed. Like, I think as long as you've been here, you've had to reinvent, like, the way things were in, like, 2011, 12, 13.
It's not what it is.
It's
right
not what
now.
it is, but you're still here, so definitely you had to. I think when I got to that, I think COVID allowed me to stop and be like, man, where are the people at? Because for me, I'm a man of the people. Like, so understanding that allowed me to come back fresh, and when I started, I couldn't stop.
Man, you either evolve or you are on your own. It's just like that everywhere, not just with musicians, but even us. In television and production, you either evolve or you're broadcasting for yourself.
You are your own audience.
You are your own audience.
Yeah.
Some people get comfortable. My friend, if you've not yet smelled the coffee.
So for you, how have you stayed at the top? Like
at the top of my game?
Yeah.
For me, I've always been purpose driven. You understand?
Yeah.
I've always had that thirst and hunger for more.
Yes.
You want to be better than the person you were yesterday.
Exactly.
Each morning you wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror, you're like, okay, I think there is more this guy in the mirror can offer. Yep. But most importantly, also being able to benchmark not only what's on the local scene, but also on the international scene.
Yep.
If you look at television broadly, internationally, in Uganda, I don't know, I don't think we've even moved, if it's on a scale of 1 to 10, I don't think we've even moved 5 to 10 from what I see elsewhere.
There's so much to do.
Yeah, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't evolve, and I think for me, like I've always said, retirement is for people who have run out of purpose.
Yeah.
But if you got purpose, then you have to keep grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah. How has it been for you? Now I'm throwing it back to you.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. Like, it's really that thing of like, you wake up and you're like, okay, am I done? Or do I still have something in front of me? Do I still have something to achieve? And if I do, how do I operate today?
Yeah.
Because today and yesterday are going to be different. So, and I think for me, like, I really look to the youth to see what's going on, see what new things are happening, see how they are adapting and moving. Once upon a time, we didn't have TikTok.
Oh, yes.
Once
upon a time, we had only one website in Uganda, which was musicuganda.com.
You get, like, from back in the day, so, and you can't operate like that. You get? So, I think for me, I just constantly allow myself to bring myself back down to earth and be like, instead of floating in the clouds, and see what guys are doing and see how that's how I started doing the covers and the freestyles, and people were receiving them because I did them because I realized TikTok is a platform where, one, you have to be consistent, 2, you have to push yourself creatively, and 3, you have a built-in audience. If they like what you do, they're gonna keep coming. So why not use it? It's just about putting in the work, but I had to adjust myself because we came from a time where you can't be putting yourself out every day like that. So yeah, for sure. I'm reinventing, man, and seeing what's on ground right now.
Reinventing is the way to go. You cannot be having an analog mindset when you're operating in a digital age. Yeah. Talk to me. You've been doing a couple of. Where did this whole idea of you doing covers come from?
I think I'd put out Pateyani, and Pateyani was doing well. I'd put out more songs, and I felt like I just needed to challenge myself, But sometimes, like, when you do your own song, I can't keep putting out my own song, a new song every other day. I have to give it time. But with the freestyles, I can do that every day, like, so I can, and I can challenge myself. Today I can do Chella, tomorrow I can do, Cheche, the next day I can do a Chris Brown. So for me, it was actually a way for me to keep myself sharp musically without necessarily releasing a song every every day, but technically it kind of feels like that. So I'm just remixing everybody's stuff. So, but that still allowed me to focus on my own songs and still put out that content. Yeah.
Now, there is that collaborative project that you did with our Kenyan brothers.
Yeah, Kali Cartel.
Yeah. So some people were suggesting that you had one of the best buses.
Yeah,
do you also believe?
I think so, yeah. I think because I came in there with the intent to not only be the best, but rep Uganda as, the baddest.
Bruh.
So for me, it was about representing the country and representing UG hip-hop and UG music, and I think we did a good job of that because they talked about it a lot.
Yeah, it was solid. But let me ask you, did you first listen to the layout of other rappers, or you just went hard?
No, I think for me, because Kali Cartel is number 5. So I just went back and so what is it about Kali Cartel that really stands out?
Yeah.
And every year there's always someone who goes really hard and they stand out. So for me, I was like, I don't know how these guys are going to go because I knew everyone and they're all really good.
Yeah.
But for me, I decided I'm going to go hard because that's the platform that allows for that.
Yeah.
All lyrics, no BS, no filter. And it was also an opportunity to rep for home, to talk about the Bataka, Underground, Kalamashaka, like East Africa, just talk about where we are from, mixing the languages. Just basically, I was like, if I had 2 minutes to tell the world about Uganda through hip-hop, how would I do it?
Bruh,
so that's what I did.
You represented, but let me ask you, there is something about your lyrical delivery. When someone listens to your punchlines, your flow, they call it flowetry, someone can actually hear the words, the way you articulate your message in rap. Is this something that you practiced over time? What has made you stand out from the rest?
Yeah, I had to. One, it was a lot of practice, a lot of hours, but two, I had to be intentional. Because sometimes when you rhyme and you're doing that stuff, it can get lost in the rhythm and people aren't hearing what you're saying. So for me, it just becomes gibberish and guys are just which is calm, which is fine. But for me, I felt I had a message to push, so I had to be as clear as possible. So I worked on that a lot because it's not an easy thing to do. When you're saying all those words and you're trying to be clear about every single word, you know? But if with practice, anything is possible. Yeah.
Who are your biggest rivals? Like rappers that you can sit on the same table with, in terms of command, in terms of flow, in terms of lyricism, in terms of all those elements in rap.
Yeah, for me, I try to look for the highest points possible. So that's why I rap at the level that I do. So for me, I'll be looking at like a Sako D or a Manifest, aka Rest in Peace, or the people who guys are looking at. If they're looking at like a Nasty C, or they're looking at Casper, or even go as high as Kendrick, and J. Cole. Like for me, in my mind, I'm competing with the biggest, the baddest, so that's where I stay. Or JID, Jid. That's how I keep myself fresh, because I don't allow myself to settle because I'm doing good in a certain atmosphere. So I try to look at people who make me want to challenge myself. And of course, like people like Jay-Z, who has been consistent for a long time. People like that. Because there are also some new rappers who sometimes they're on, sometimes they're off, the offsets and who's. So sometimes I try to stay away from competing with people like that.
In terms of food, do you think most of our rappers are benchmarking what you would call starters than the main meal?
Main course.
Yeah, main course.
I think it depends on who you know, because I think there's a lot of artists who are doing main course, but they are not putting out the marketing and the promotion. So you don't know them, you don't hear them. And the ones who are good at marketing and promotion, some of them might be doing the snacks,
they're serving starters and snacks.
Rock bands starting here, so it's like, but they are real. And then there are also some who are good at promotion and they can rap.
Yeah.
The Foxes, the guys who do stuff with Shirtless Boss, those guys are bad.
Yeah.
But so there's different across the spectrum. There's people who are good, not good at promotion. There are people who are good at promotion, but they don't have the substance. And then there are people who are in the middle who are doing both.
Or some of those artists that you would say are actually serving, full course. In UG.
3. Myth has really been active.
Full course.
Full course. Myth album, whatnot.
Yeah.
So there's Myth.
Solid.
Guys who have been consistent. Big ups to my guy Chief. He's been really doing his thing. He just put out the Chill Summer EP. And then since there are three, I have to think of the ladies. I think I'd love to see an album from Recho Rey, because I think she has consistently done her thing, but she does singles, which I understand in this market. But I'd like to see her tackle a project because she has the capacity.
What do you think about the thoughts of Keko, who was suggesting that the new kids right now, they're not all that compared to them?
I understand where she's coming from, because in our, but it's also the atmosphere, the landscape. Now people are very, very, very interested in the visual, right? So it's a big thing for them. So artists and rappers now look better than the guys from before, because now they're always in front of a camera.
Yeah.
You get? Now for us, your reputation grew by audio.
Yes.
So you had to be better at that. So I think it's for the artists from before to recognize that they can learn something visually from the artists now, but a lot of artists now should also see how they can learn something audio-wise, sonically, from guys before, because a lot of times now, if you put yourself in front of the screens and everyone sees you and you're big, you feel you don't need to be that good at the music, which I think is a disservice to the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had to put your money on two rappers, one side Navio, another side GNL, whom would you put your money on?
That's tough. That's a tough one, because GNL is international in his movements, but he has always repped for the street. He always reps for UG. Like Navio is the guy who has taken UG hip hop and has represented it internationally. So feeling like I would have to choose, I feel like if I close my eyes and I put my money on either, I win.
I was actually about to ask you, what is international about GNL that is not international about Navio?
I think a lot of, no, as in, because they both do that. What I mean by that is GNL is never home. Is he home? Like, he's here, but he's never here. He's always doing stuff outside. Like, that's the truth. He's a homebody, but he's always doing stuff outside, which is not a bad thing. We should all be able to travel that. We all want to be accomplished enough to go around the world whenever we want.
Yeah.
And Danny does those things, Navio does those things, but he's home a lot.
Yeah.
So like they both do the same thing. Like I said, in his movement, in his travel, he's international.
Yeah.
And you've seen Simbi shows in California.
He was
then he comes
on Yuna just I think a week ago.
He just did Yuna, but then he's home. He just did an album back home.
Was in Germany, I think.
You get it. So they are both representing. So for me, I don't know how to pick between them, because I think they've both elevated the flag of hip hop for UG. Yeah. Hi.
And by the way, shout out going out to Navio. He has an orchestra concert. It's happening in October. Let's plan and have that interview so that you can give us a breakdown, paint for us a picture of what is orchestra and what's not, and what people should expect. I know we've seen many concerts. You've seen many concerts.
Yeah, hip hop orchestra. I want to see what that's like.
A distinct line between orchestra from business as usual.
Business as usual. No, it will be interesting to see how that gets, because one thing about now orchestra, of course, is live, and one thing about the live band scene in Uganda is it's really taken off by leaps and bounds. So I want to see if they can still get guys to vibe while doing orchestra stuff. It will be good to see how it goes off.
We're looking, we can't wait. GNL is also my friend, We want that video. There is a song, I don't know how many times I've done a challenge on that song. I think it's called Ratatata. Gamba Matalivo. It's a very nice song.
Who would you pick, by the between, if you had to put your money on Navio?
You see, it becomes very hard for a brother like me, as a broadcaster.
That it's easier for me who knows both of them.
You see, now for us, we are guided by a principle. You have to be, that's being neutral. Sometimes people always say that Calvin Wick said, but that principle of journalism always pulls us of being neutral. You understand? But when I have to drive a point home, I drive it because I'm in nobody's pocket.
Yeah.
You know that for a fact.
I know that for a fact.
Yeah. Let's proceed. You worked with Cindy on this project.
Yeah.
How did it, come by?
I think she just saw the work I was doing, and she's also a hard-working person. Like, we've always talked about doing stuff together, but when she saw us really active again, she was like, yeah, let's do something.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I think people have just really appreciated that I went from, like, going quiet for a while, like, I'd stopped, to, like, really being active again, because we had always talked about it before, but when you're not active, you can't really have those conversations. But because I was active, I got to do something with the king herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's even more stuff in the works for later.
Yeah. I was actually about to ask you, is there anything cooking in the pipeline?
And there's a lot. Like, I actually now need to figure out how to start feeding the people, because with jamming, I put it out because I wanted to give it enough time.
Yeah.
And it may still need a bit more time, but I have a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot cooking. I think there's a lot of artists that I've been able to reach out to, and we've done some great music. So now it's just about preparing it and serving it to the people.
Yeah, my guy Jeff had to throw in a GNL in the background. Shout out to you, G. Now, how is your other hustle going? I always hear you in a Dembonia situation.
Yeah.
Man of God is making way. Is the voice over artist of that. When did you start doing voice over and some of that production stuff?
I really started doing it with Prophet Elvis Mbonya, like, a lot, because before I would do it, but every once in a while. But now I do it consistently.
Give us that a dry run. Okay, just give us a sample over the Prophet Elvis Mbonya when you're introducing him. We want to hear the real thing now on live TV.
Thing, right? Live.
Yeah, live. I mean, you were honoring the guy the other day.
Hey, so I was. Yeah. We just did honor. So, I'm just trying to think of which one to do. A messenger of God in this generation who is reawakening the world to the power of God and its limitlessness above all the kingdoms of the world. We love, serve, and honor Prophet Elvis Mbonya.
I won't say much, but good stuff. And I love the branding.
Thank you. Just come. So it grounds. Chigolweza every Tuesday. Horizon Vibes not on Tuesday. Just pass by.
Yeah.
We have a chat. Hey.
Shout out to Prophet Elvis Mbonya and of course all the people that are fellowship from Zoe Fellowship.
Yeah.
Is Sharon still there?
I think she.
Yeah. Sharon's going out to Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon Chomo. Yeah. Fine one. Now it's still a Horizon Vibe, and I'm still here with Ru. If you have any questions for Ru, he'll be reacting to some of those later on in the show. Still here to come, Chikoko Moment. Still here to come. There is a new talent that we're going to unveil shortly. Any final remarks for now?
For now, I want to take as long next time because this is home. I have to come back to Horizon Vibes with Calvin and the livest audience in the region. Make some noise for yourselves.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. UBC.
I think I also need one of those intros. One of these days I'll ask Ru to do for us an intro.
The man who has consistently
live from
Kampala City.
Yeah.
On UBCs every Saturday.
Let's try it with some background music. Jeff, as we're wrapping up this segment with some background music, Ru, let's assume Ru is now introducing Horizon Vibe live.
You are now live on Horizon Vibes on UBC with Calvin, the entertainer, the livest show in the region. Make some noise!
That's an intro, live and direct. Yo, we're going to take a short breather right now. Still yet to come, Ru will be giving us a freestyle. I hope you still have some time on you to give us that freestyle, yeah? He is known for freestyles. Still yet to come, we also have our Chikoko moment with a heavy chicken. Still yet to come, some